Öncelikle velilerimize, öğrencilerimize hoş geldiniz. Şu anda herkes içeri giriyor. Biliyorsunuz bugünün konusu Karlsruhe'de bulunan KIT ve onun içindeki Karl Benz School'u okulunun temsilcileri bizimle. Onlar size sunum yapacak. Ben birkaç hafta önce aslında onları ziyaret ediyordum. İkinci ziyaretimde ve her zaman çok etkileniyorum bu okuldan. Çünkü çok üstün seviye bir araştırma üniversitesi mühendislikle tanınan olmasının yanı sıra aslında orada çocukları koruyan, sarmalayan bir servis offer ediyorlar. Mesela diğer yerlerde Amerika'da bunu Almanya'da bunu göremedim mesela. Münih'e falan gittiğimde aynı construct yok. Onun için gerçekten Carl Benz çok özel bence. E, Ve biz biliyorsunuz admittance ekibi olarak böyle senede 10 tane ülke geziyoruz Amerika haricinde ki Türk öğrenciler için en doğrusu, en iyi onlara uyan işte ücretlerinden eğitim kalitesine kadar gözlerimizle bilirim. O şekilde öğrencilerimizin listelerini hazırlıyoruz. Onu diyerek I would like to just introduce Dr. Eckert and Lokesh who are with the Carl Benz at Karlsruhe admissions, and they'll be actually presenting the institution and their other opportunities to you today. So we are very appreciative that they took the time to be with us this evening. So thank you.
Yes, hi, hello. My name is Elgin Eckert, very welcome. And me and my colleague Lokesh Kamti will talk to you today about KIT, the Karlsruhe Institute of Technology, which is a public research university in Germany, and also the Karl Benz School of Engineering, the college program here at KIT.
Perfect. So thank you. My name is Lokesh Kanti, and I work here as an international recruitment manager. And today, me and my colleague, Dr. Elgin Eckert, will be talking about the college program, the CBS Academy. And later on, if you have any doubt, any questions, we are happy to answer that. So before presenting, everybody can see my presentation. Is it shared or like not yet?
It's shared, Lokesh. Perfect. So you can start.
Perfect.
So
yeah,
Karlsruhe is really a wonderful little city. I'm saying little because I know most of you live in much bigger urban hubs. Karlsruhe is 312,000 people. It's a very young and dynamic city. 1 in 8 residents is a student. It's really built around the Karlsruhe Institute of Technology, and built around that, it's become a tech and innovation hub. So it's not only home to the technical university, but it's also home to a lot of startups and technical companies. It's a vibrant cultural scene. There are lots of festivals, arts, and music clubs, and there's something always going on year round. It's also very close to the Black Forest, and if you look at this picture, it really shows it how urban life meets nature. Um, it's quite diverse and international as a town. There are a lot of international students. There is also a large migrant population. So it's not the typical German town that you might imagine, where it's very sheltered, but it's very open towards all kinds of cultures and towards all kinds of people coming from all over the world. So you can find international flavors, you can find people speaking all kinds of languages, and it's really a wonderful environment for international students to live in. So we are here is where you can see the international department of the Karlsruhe Institute of Technology, and students live on the campus at Karl Benz School right there. And KIT is a short 5-minute walk away, and that's where our academic classes take place. And we are right opposite the historical castle in Karlsruhe. Lokesh, why don't you take this one?
This one? Of course,
Next
sure.
one, yeah, exactly.
Perfect. So as you can see in this slide, so here are the big German players, like big companies like Mercedes-Benz, Porsche, Daimler, and every company is located in the same region as Baden-Württemberg. And sometimes we also offer various excursions to our students over there, so they can go learn about the practical things which they are working on, and eventually help them out to achieve their end goals. So that's the smart projects which I'll talk about later on. And And if you are planning to stay in Germany after your studies, so Germany offers a 18 months of job search visa. That means you can stay here, look for the job, because Germany actively encourages the international graduates to remain here and work for this company, for this country. And it is also very popular among the students because it has a strong economy in Europe with many jobs opportunities, especially in the field of engineering, technology, and automotive industry. And it is really well known for the automotive sector.
Exactly. But even students who don't want to stay in Germany, and if they want to go back, Germany has a very strong export market. So, having studied in Germany in an intercultural environment and then going back to their home countries, it's definitely a plus to have studied in Germany because so many companies have trade agreements with Germany. So, a student, whether they want to stay in Germany after getting their degree or go back and work in their home countries, studying in Germany is definitely a big plus.
I'll
Okay,
go to this slide right.
as I already said, our main advantage here is that you study at a major research university, a public research university, which in Germany is the prestigious kind of university. In other countries, like America, for example, private universities tend to be the more prestigious universities. In Germany, it's the public research universities that are the more prestigious universities. But you don't have to do it alone. You also have a college program at the Carl Benz School that will support you every step of the way. But to be at the Carl Benz School, you have to get accepted into KIT, the major research university, first. And Lokesh will now explain to you about admissions and how to get accepted into KIT, the research university, first.
Sure. So, the admissions requirements, especially for this particular program, the students need to have the high school degree, either be IB diploma or A levels or US high school diploma or even Turkish national diploma. We'll talk about each and everything in details. Apart from the high school diploma, student must submit their standardized test score. It should be either SAT score with more than 1200 points, ACT score with more than 24 points, or test AS with more than 75% points. The problem is usually most of the students go for SAT because the seats are very frequent and you'll get the dates really, really quickly. The ACT, it is offered only in some countries and it's really, really hard to find a slot. And test AS, the exam is completely conducting in German language. So you need to have a German proficiency. So the better option for the students is SAT. But if they would like to go for ACT or test AS, so they can do that as well. Apart from that, mathematics and physics are compulsory in the last 2 year of education with 1 year of high school physics. That's mandatory for our program because it's mechanical engineering course. So students need to have a good understanding about mathematics and physics. If somebody would like to apply for this particular program and they don't have physics in the last year, so they can also enter into the course in a different way. So we can say kind of a different path to go in. That is, they have to go through the ACT with 24 points similar to that and test AS with 75%. So as I mentioned, ACT is offered only in few countries and test AS is completely conducted in the German language course. So apart from this, the students from IB diploma, A levels or US high school diploma, they do not need to provide the English proficiency exam because they go through that particular international diploma. But the students who are doing the national diploma or state diploma, they need to give either TOEFL, IELTS, CAE, CPE, or the form if they have completely their education was completely in English in their school, so they can also submit the declaration form. One point mentioned to that, like most of the university also accept Duolingo, but we do not accept it. So keep that in mind. Like we just the certificate from TOEFL, IELTS, and the declaration form from the university. So if I talk about the strict admissions requirements, so the student need to have good grades in mathematics and physics, and they need to write the motivation letter really well. I mean, like why they want to pursue mechanical engineering, how KIT will help them out in achieve to and to achieve their goal, and how KIT will act as a platform so that it will help their student out to to achieve a dream goal or to get enter into the project. Now I'll talk about each and every curriculum in details. So most of the students in Turkey go through the IB diploma. So for them, they need to have three high levels, three standard levels. Yeah. Out of that, one foreign language has to be higher level and one language has to be standard level. Mathematics and physics, any one of the subject has to be higher level, other can be standard level. Apart from that, they can go for social studies, maybe business, geography, economics, history, according to their choice. And then they can take subject free of their choice, whatever they would like to take. So in total, six subjects, three has to be higher levels, three has to be standard levels. Out of that, maths and physics, one of has to be higher level. So now the student from Turkish diploma, because most of the students go through the similar way of teaching in schools in Turkey. So for the students who are doing Lise diplomacy, they usually go through the indirect admission because in Germany they have a procedure of 13 year of education, and in other countries they have a 12 year of education. So that's why like most of the students who comes through this particular thing, they get through the indirect admission. But if you have Turkish national diploma or high school diploma along with 1 year of university, what you have studied in the university, then you will be eligible for the direct admission. Or else, if you have a Turkish national diploma, plus if you give the national exam of Turkey with more than 180,000 points, then you will be eligible for the direct admission. So now there's a trick. So usually students get their result by mid of August or I think end of August for this particular national exam. So what you can do, you can apply with your high school degree, you will get an indirect admission, you will go through the pre-semester, and once your results are out and if you have more than 180,000 points, then your admission will directly be converted from indirect to direct. So it depends on you whether you want to take a part in the eligibility exam, which I'll come now, what eligibility exam and what pre-semester is. But if you have more than 180,000 points in August and if you have indirect admission, you can switch it to direct admission. So how does the candidates get ranked? So usually in our program, it's a holistic approach and we just do not look at the school grades or something. So we also look for your standardized test, how much score you have got in your SAT or ACT or test AS. Apart from them, what are your grades in mathematics and physics in your high school? How you wrote your motivation letter, because that's really really important. It shows why you want to choose this particular program and how KITs is, like you how why you are enthusiastic about this particular program. And apart from that, you also, if you have any extracurricular activities, for example national, or if you have won any national or international prizes, so you can submit that thing. Or if you have like 1 or more year of a school leadership, if you have internship for more than 3 months, so you can also submit that as well. So this all count as a single point and then your admission decision will be given to you. So I'll tell you what indirect admission is. So usually KIT provides two types of admission. One is direct admission and one is indirect admission. So as I mentioned earlier, so the students who somehow unable to fulfill the criteria of 13 year of education. So for them, pre-semester is mandatory and passing the eligibility exam is mandatory in order to start their studies right away. Okay, so usually that 13th year or a foundation year is of 1 year and it's completely taught in German language. What we did at CBS, we narrowed it down to 6 weeks and we are teaching completely in English. So you do not require any German proficiency. On top of that, you also save your time. So you do not need to, like waste 1 year time to get enrolled in some of the program. But if you are attending this student colleague or this pre-semester, you are only allowed to study MEI. It's not like that other universities. For example, if you have done student colleague from other universities and then you can apply in any other university in any other course. It's not like that with MEI program because it's customized, because we changed it to 6 weeks and we are teaching everything in English.
Okay, so this was a lot of information, Lukash. Let's maybe go back 2 slides.
That's fine.
Exactly. Yeah. So basically, what a student needs to do, you worry that you have all of these, that you have an SAT score, that you have math and physics grades, and that you write your motivational questionnaire really well. This is what the faculty looks at when they rank you. Then, if you're really good, You get offered, if you make the ranking, then you get offered either direct or indirect admission. You should not stress so much about direct or indirect admission, I'm sorry. Because, as Lokesh said, we have that 6 week pre semester that will get you in. The faculty does not care if you get direct or indirect admission. So, with the 6 week pre semester, you will start your studies together with everybody else. What you need to worry about, do you have a good SAT test? Are your grades in math and physics good? And did you fill out your motivational questionnaire really well? Okay, so don't worry so much about the correct combination of high school or, IB subjects or anything like that. This is really what matters. And after that, direct, indirect admission, things like that, if you get in, the pre-semester will then, with 95%, get you in to start the semester with everybody else. Yes, you have to do the pre-semester eligibility exam, but this is really what matters beyond everything else. If you have questions about whether your diploma type qualifies you for direct or indirect admission, you can always write to us afterwards. But it sounds much more complicated. It is complicated, but it sounds much more complicated than it needs to be. So if there are any questions about that, we can talk about it again at the end of this presentation as well. But the important things really are standardized test, math and physics taken in the last 2 years, and the motivational questionnaire. Sorry about interrupting. Lokesh, feel free to go on.
No, thank you. Okay, so now, as Elgin mentioned about the major research university, now I'll start about the college program, our dedicated services and everything. So at Carl Benz School, we take inspiration from the innovative spirit of Carl Benz, the inventor of first gasoline-powered car. That's how we name after our school. And our school is committed to nurturing the next generation of engineering pioneers. And we blend German engineering excellence with the international diversity, providing a unique learning experience. And this particular program in mechanical engineering is designed to equip students with the knowledge and the skills needed to excel in this field. And the curriculum, you can see, is a blend of theory, hands-on experience, and research opportunities, because that's what mechanical engineering is about. So what sets us apart from the major research university, and how college program is different from the standard program? So college program was created to give international students the resources, expertise, and the exposure they require to success academically and professionally. So by enrolling in the CBS college program, in comparison to the standard study program, students have the options of taking advantage of student services that guarantees a higher degree of assistance and support. And this program offers a range of advantage to help students and be there for them while they pursue their academic goals at KIT. And it also allowed for more individualized interactions with professors and lecturers. As you can see, the excellence of education, so it's a degree from BSc and it will be completely taught in English, so you do not require any German proficiency, and it's from the major research university. What is the pathway to success? So as I was describing, it offers a dedicated college program, onboarding, mentoring, tutoring, counseling. You have a chance of on-campus housing, and we have a really good industry contacts and networking. So the students who want to enhance their academic success and learning experiences can take advantage of the additional layer of support and assistance provided by this. And also you can fast track your future, starting from the pre-semester to prepare for the co-creation projects with smart projects we'll describe now later on part of this presentation. And then we also help students to find a suitable internship to help them out, and we also offer various career guidance workshops, and also we give the insights while you study. So here you can see the pictures and some of the college program impressions. As mentioned before, so we usually take our students for various excursions and various industry visits. We also conduct various workshops like project management, presentation skills workshops. We do have industry visits. Last year we did in Fisher. We did it in, we have a visit to Porsche Museum. Now, this is the important part, co-creation project with Mercedes-Benz. So usually the students who are being a part of CBS can avail these services, which the students from KIT doesn't. It is only offered to the students who are a part of CBS. And what you can do, it's an integral part of our college program where students go to the company, do the projects which they are working on, and eventually help them out to achieve their end goal. The good part is if you perform really well this during this period of time, so the chances of you getting recognized and getting into the company is really high as compared to the other student who doesn't. So like how it helps the student out in shaping the future, if you want to enter the same company or would like to proceed further the project which you have done with the Mercedes Benz. And you won't be doing this project alone. You will get the assistance from the KIT buddies and also from the representative from the Mercedes buddies. So you'll be doing the projects from the support of both the sides. And also we have a mentoring program, as you can see in this picture. So most of the student will be assigned with the mentor, where the mentor will guide them how to plan their studies, what else they can do, and how they can succeed later on. So this is how our mechanical engineering looks like. It is of 3 years or 6 semesters, plus you have the opportunity to expand it further as per your convenience. The medium of instruction is completely in English. You'll get a final degree from KIT with 180 ECTS points. That means you're allowed to do your master's program not only in Germany, but around the globe. So usually our program starts in October and pre-semester starts in August. That's why like it's 6 week. So the tuition fees for EU, it is the KIT enrollment fees for EU is 200 euros, and for non-EU students is 1700 euros, and the college program fees is 7500 euros for both EU and non-EU students. Our application portal starts every year in December, so mostly in 2 weeks it will start again and goes until April 30th. And also our degree is accredited by AAQ, which is valid all around the world. Now I would like to give to Dr. Eckert again. She will describe you well about the CBS Academy.
Or should we, take questions at this point? I would
Yeah.
leave that to you.
Yeah, there's a couple questions, not
Yeah.
in order. So the authors of the questions, please forgive me. I'm going in reverse order. But Bahar is asking, I'll just read it out loud for non-IB students who took the Turkish University entrance exam. They originally, we thought, so that I had to be placed at a mechanical engineering program at a Turkish university. And then I think it was mentioned that they should earn a minimum of 180,000 points. Has that changed? Was a
No,
question.
that's exactly it. So we each year get students who get indirect admission, and then they obviously wait trembling for whether they will get direct admission and have more than 180,000 points. They won't know until August.
Yeah.
So at that point, then they can apply to get indirect admission to direct admission. And that's exactly what happens. So a lot of times those students do come, and they do come with the expectations that they might have to do the eligibility exam. And then in the end, they find out, yay, we don't have to do it. And they're very happy. But they will do the pre-semester and feel even more prepared to then start the program with everybody else, because they will have taken those extra courses. But they won't have to do the eligibility examination.
Yeşim, thank you for asking my question, but can I clarify my question a little?
Please. Of course.
Yeah, of course.
What I tried to mean was, in Germany, maybe, I think it's throughout the whole country, it's not, it doesn't depend on schools as far as I know. Students who are not doing the IB but are in the national diploma program has to have the points that they can get into the similar or the same program in
Exactly.
Turkey. So they should get those like 180,000 points is enough for getting into a mechanical engineering program.
Yes.
Then. Okay, thank you so much.
And for sake of parents, I think I know the answer, but just to clarify, because some of the parents might have the question, if you are applying with the IB diploma credentials, then this is not a requirement. Is that true or no? You still have to take the test, right?
No, you do not.
You
With
do
the IB
not.
diploma.
Okay.
But there are certain circumstances under which the IB diploma will get you indirect admission. For example, if you don't take a social science.
Yeah.
Or if you have a math standard level instead of a higher level. So about 1/3 of our IB diploma students do get indirect admission.
Okay.
So it's not always guaranteed that you get direct admission, but again, don't stress so much about that. Take the eligibility exam. It's not that big of a deal. It actually gives you sort of a leg up because you do take 6 more weeks of preparatory courses, and they do show you how teaching works at German universities.
It's perfect. Thank you. There's one other question. I think you guys actually answered this, but it's a chance to further clarify. The author of the question noticed that at KIT there's mechanical engineering in English, and
Yes.
so she was asking for the comparison of the two programs. So I think that you had a chart on that, but
So this is the KIT program in English. So you get admitted to KIT in
yeah,
English, and then you get invited to also join the college program.
yeah.
So KIT in English, it's basically you take classes or you don't go to classes as you want to, and you're
Hmm.
left to your own devices as a student. There is no student services. If you are a parent, there's nobody you can ask for anything. They won't help you with anything, not because they're mean. I mean, they don't do that for German students either. You're supposed to do everything absolutely by yourself.
Yeah.
That's how it goes in Germany at a public university. The college program is more like the American approach, where they understand it's not just about what takes place in the classroom. It's about giving you the structure, the support, the dialogue. There is so much more to learning than just a professor talking at you. It's
Hmm.
about academic integration, it's about academic counseling, mentoring, industry connections, networking. It's about so much more that along with just taking, a course and having a professor talk at you. That's what we are about.
Yeah.
But you get invited to join us. Every student that gets into KIT mechanical engineering gets the opportunity to join the college program. You don't have to apply for that. You
Hmm.
decide together with the family, do we want to join that program or not? That is the private program. The public program is open to everybody, and you have to get admitted to that, and it's highly selective.
Hmm. I mean, this is such a critical point. I don't want to belabor it, but I think we should just summarize it in Turkish just in case
Absolutely,
any
please
of
do
the
that
parents
because I don't want
require that.
anybody to think they're the same thing. So,
Yeah. So I'll do my best, but I'll summarize it, and perhaps at the very end we can discuss, elaborate in Turkish afterwards. For those of you who might require that. Yani söylediği şey çok enteresan. Çünkü mesela ben gidip Münih Tekniği de gördüm. Karlsruhe'ye tek başına giderseniz, Karl Benz'in bir parçası olmayan, yani burada sunulmayan programa ki public bir araştırma programı aslında burada aldığınızla aynı, yani KIT'deki İngilizce Mechanical Engineering programına enroll ediyorsunuz. Fakat Karl Benz'in onun etrafına yerleştirdiği çocuklara mesela Amerika'dakine yakın sağlanan bir böyle ihtimam, counseling, ders seçimi, işte yatakhaneleri mesela gayet düzgün. Yani bunlar normalde Alman sisteminde yok. Tek başınıza işte derse gidiyorsunuz, gitmiyorsunuz. Geçiyorsanız sene sonundaki sınavları geçiyorsunuz. Zaten o yüzden bir sürü insan da geri dönüyor. Duymuşsunuzdur bu hikayeleri. Yani Carl Benz'in sunduğu o öğrencilerin etrafındaki çok önemli olduğuna inandığımız, hatta vital, yani oradaki başarıları için çok önemli olduğunu sandığımız bir sistem. Bilmiyorum açıklayıcı oldu mu? Ben uzatmayacağım. Sonunda tekrar bunu isterseniz konuşalım herkesin anlaması açısından. So there's a couple other questions, but perhaps we'll let you present the academy programs, and then we'll go back to those if that's all right.
absolutely. So, the academy programs have been developed especially for high school students, and they give high school students between 16 and 18 or 19 years an opportunity to come to Germany and get to know the Karl Benz School of Engineering and KIT, a chance to get to know the program, find out, do I even like Karlsruhe? Do I like engineering? What would it be like to study here for 1 week or 2 weeks during the year? Okay, so it's geared towards international high school students, as I said, between 16 and 18 or 19 years of age, that have a strong interest in physics and math and are interested in possibly studying mechanical engineering and who want to explore a German university campus. There are no admission requirements. We don't look at their grades or anything. But if a student is not really interested in physics and math, if they'd rather, I don't know, be out there taking a theater course during summer, it's not going to be the right program for them. So they should really be already thinking about university, thinking about mechanical engineering, because that's what the course is all about. And we offer this course in summer, but also during winter and spring. So it's a combination of some frontal lectures. So in some cases, students will have to listen to a lecture, so they'll get introduced to what it's like studying at a university. They'll be sitting in rows and a professor will talk at them for 90 minutes straight, and they will try to absorb information. But that's not so much fun, we know that. So we have a lot of practical workshops as well. And also, since it's still a vacation week, we still do some excursions as well. The location is here at the Karlsruhe School of Engineering, and you saw our location in the very first picture, so in a very nice place right opposite the castle in Germany. So I'm going to give you a couple of descriptions. We do try to make it as fun as possible. So even the lectures, I mean, one of them is called, for example, the physics and mathematics of bridges, why they stay up and sometimes collapse. Even to me, who is not from the field, this sounds like somewhat of a fun lecture. Some of them are maybe a little bit drier, but we do try to make it as interesting as possible for as many different types of engineering interests as possible. So some are more about civil engineering, such as the one about bridges, some more about sustainable solutions, some more about computer-aided engineering for the more computer types. So we do try to give something for everybody, and there are at least 5 lectures and workshops, and then we at least also do 4 excursions. Mercedes-Benz is one where we always go to, because people would be very disappointed if we don't go there. And then we kind of see what fits. For example, the hydropower plant is not so good for winter because it gets really, really cold there, but we do that in summer. The Techno Museum is another one that people really love, so we kind of try to make it fit when we have our program. So this is basically what people can expect. In 2026, these are our dates. So the winter school is geared especially to when there is a break in Turkey. We don't only get Turkish students, we do get students from all around the world, but winter school has a large percentage of students coming from Turkey. Summer school, we literally get people from all over the globe, from Australia to the United States to India, Turkey, Africa, some from Germany itself. So it's extremely international. This week in summer, we will also have a 2-week program, because we had quite a few students last year come back to us saying after the first week, they got to know each other. They would have loved to have another week to stay together. And we've also had a lot of parents say, hey, why don't you do something for us parents as well, where we go along with some of the excursions, but get to bond between one another as well. So this year, we are also trying, if parents want to, we will also offer something for the parents where they will join some excursions, but also do some things culturally in Germany as well. So you can find more information about that on our website. And that's for parents if they are interested. Okay, so difference between the 1 and the 2-week program. I mean, the 1-week program is really our classic program. It's pretty fast paced. I mean, there is so much to do every day. It's fast paced, hands on introduction to mechanical engineering. The days are extremely full. So you're in the class or on the road from the morning until the evening, interactive workshops, lectures, excursions. There is never a boring moment. It got a strong focus on the engineering basics, but also on sustainability topics. Because although most of the kids that come here say they want to work in Formula One, reality is many of them in mechanical engineering will work on more sustainable topics. Because everything in sustainability in the end has to do with mechanical engineering. So we do try to focus a lot on that in our summer, winter, and spring school as well. And it's really ideal for students who want a high impact, immersive taste, in 1 week, get the most out of it. The 2-week program, which is available only during the summer, it basically has everything included in the 1-week program, but it has a little bit more time, a little bit more depth, and just a little bit more context all around. It has additional excursions to research labs, to some industry sites, but also a little bit more German culture in it. So it's really for students that also want to experience more of Germany in addition to engineering. It gives you definitely more time for teamwork, for reflection, and to experience the campus. And it's ideal for students who don't want maybe the like really super heavy, intensive experience, but more a holistic academic and cultural immersion. The academy costs, so winter and spring, we still kept the price at the last year's price. So it's 990 euro per week. The summer program, we've had to raise the price because everything gets more expensive. And the 1 week program is half of the 2 week program, 1150 for the summer program for 1 week, and 2,300 for the 2 week summer program. Included, obviously, the academic tuition program cost, student services before and during the program, so visa letters, anything like that for admissions. The excursion fees, everything to and from the excursions, all the entry fees, everything like that. Lunches, everyday lunch, and also one dinner, and the official participation certificate. Not included is obviously airfare, because some people come, from Frankfurt, other people from Australia. So that's clearly not included. Housing, it's an academic program, it's not a camp. So that's quite important. So parents need to know that too. This is an academic program that runs from the morning till the evening, but we do not provide, 24/7 supervision of the people who are there. So 16 and 17-year-olds, they will not be supervised during non-academic hours. Travel health insurance, or obviously private off-program travel, dinners, souvenirs, snacks, things like that. So that's not included. So about the parents program, in case anybody is interested, this is kind of not an academic program, obviously, but we do want to give some academic insights as well. So parents will definitely also see some of the same things the students are seeing, but it has more, city highlights, icebreakers between parents, more relaxed activities, and optional moments where they will join the students. Students should not be scared. The parents won't be hovering over them. They will be kept somewhat separate. And only if they feel like joining during some moments will they join. And it will be definitely a welcoming international community experience for parents. So these are some questions I always get. So again, housing is not included and dorm rooms cannot be booked because classes are in session. So our dorms are full during those programs. There are still exams taking place. We don't have dorm rooms. We do give suggestions on hotels, and we do put students in contact beforehand over WhatsApp groups. So we do have students quite often making housing arrangements together or figuring out, Airbnbs where they want to stay in together. So that's definitely possible. But housing really has to be arranged by themselves. 15-year-olds can attend, but a guardian or a parent must accompany. That's because of German laws. 16-year-olds cannot be by themselves after certain hours in Germany. So yes, a 15-year-old can attend, but a parent needs to be here in Germany with them, or a guardian. So this is important. Admissions process, as I said, students will sign up. It's more a sign up process, because we assume that if you sign up for this, that you are generally interested and will want to participate and will give us your full attention. This is important. So we do look at your application, if you fit the age requirement and fit the academic background. As long as we have a spot, we will admit you. But to be registered, we do need to have the fee paid, because our programs do sell out. And we do need to make arrangements for many of our excursions and things like that beforehand. So we do need to have your fee paid beforehand, and then you will get a confirmation that you're registered. The best way to travel to Karlsruhe, we are 1 hour away from Frankfurt International Airport, and a low-cost airport is Stuttgart, and from there on by train. And then any questions that we haven't answered, I would take them right now.
What's the
We
oldest
What?
age
yeah.
to attend? Somebody asked. Sorry.
What?
The oldest age to attend.
I would say 19.
Okay.
Older than 19, they would feel kind of like fish out of the water.
Yeah.
And 15, the youngest. If you're 14 and are burning for it, wait till next year. We will have another one next year.
And one additional information to that, we have another online info session coming up on November 20th, especially for the CBS Academy. So if you would like to listen to our representative again, so do attend this meeting. So here is a QR code, you can scan and register yourself. So I'll
And
just keep.
also, yeah,
Mhm.
on our Instagram, there's a lot of stuff from our academy from past years and things like that. So you'll get a more authentic look behind the scenes of what happened especially in last year's academy. It was a lot of fun, both the winter school and the summer school.
So there's a couple of questions, not about the academy, but maybe
That's
going
okay.
back, specifically in regards to APs, the APs. A lot of kids
Yes.
in the Turkish national curriculum oftentimes like independently study for those, and we have AP schools as well. So
Yeah.
the
You
combination of
cannot mix and match. So either you do the US high school diploma plus AP exams, or you do the Turkish diploma and then you have to do the Turkish university exam. You cannot mix and match.
Mhm. Okay. So no independent
No,
APs.
can't do that. No.
But
Otherwise, for the APs, I could give you a list which APs. I mean, usually the US high school diploma gets indirect admission as well,
mhm.
unless you then do the US high school courses plus AP exams and their combination. If anybody is interested in that, again, contact me over email and I can give you what exactly you need. But you can't mix and match. So
Okay,
you
so
can't one
we
A
do,
level there, one AP there, some IB here, and some US high school
Mhm.
diploma. You can't do that.
and but that's good because we do have several schools that offer the AP
I
curriculum.
know, I know.
Do you have like specific combinations of physics and mathematics that you would
You
look
need,
for?
yeah, you need math, then you
Mhm.
need the natural science, you need a language and a social science.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so these are the four APs you need for direct admission.
And you're looking for calculus BC or AP? Uh,
I'd have to look that up again.
that would be helpful though. Okay.
Yeah,
Or
I'd have to look that up again.
we could also send it as a follow-up to
Yeah, yeah,
all those who registered for the session. We can send any materials. Um, and they're asking, I think this has been answered, but they'll hear it from you. The KIT and Carl Benz students, they attend the same lectures. The answer,
absolutely.
yes.
Yeah.
They're all the same lectures. Absolutely, yes.
And they asked, is it possible to withdraw from CBS, when they feel ready
Yes,
culturally?
absolutely, yes. So you do commit for 1 year in the
Yeah.
beginning. Also, because our first year really has the academic onboarding and everything, it really is a 1 year thing. And then after, if you feel like it, you just commit to it half a year by half a year by half a year.
Okay.
So absolutely yes. And some people after 1 year they do feel ready. They've met people. They feel like especially housing is a big issue too,
Yeah.
because to find housing from abroad, if you've never been here, it's a nightmare as well. But after 1 year, you might have found your community of friends. You might know people who move out, who come in. So absolutely yes.
One more. There's a question around the KIT German mechanical engineering program and how that compares with the English version. Do
It's
you?
almost identical, except so it's almost identical. There are a couple of differences, and the big one is the advanced math, because in the German curriculum, they all presume you all went to German high school, so your math level is the exact same. In the international one, they do presume that there are quite different standards in math. By the time you get to advanced math 3, it's all the same. But advanced math 1 tends to be easier because they still try to catch everybody up. By advanced math 2, it gets a little bit more consolidated. Advanced math 3, it then all comes to the same point. Otherwise, you can switch back and forth. And some students do that. They go to some lectures in German, some lectures in English. So if your German is good enough, that's not a problem at all. And some people even switch into the German program after a while. That's not a problem at all either, but it's thought to be really to do that, to switch back and forth. And if students know German, I would even encourage them to go check out the lectures in between the two programs. It's not a problem at all.
Mhm. Thank you. And there's a clarification question. All the students should be accompanied by parents, even if they're 18? No.
No,
You
no,
said
they don't
it-
have to be. We've had a lot of 16-year-olds, even 16-year-olds who've traveled by themselves. I mean, parents know their students best. My daughter at 16 would not have been able to travel by herself.
Yeah.
But there are some people who've been,
Yeah.
very independent, who at 16 are totally able to travel by themselves. So that's a decision each family needs to make by themselves. Do they trust their child to travel by themselves, go to classes and behave in a mature manner or not? Or do they think their kid should really be accompanied? Also, a lot of parents enjoy going to see different universities, get a feel for the town, where their kid might study or not. So I think it's always a good idea. And especially if the parent can do it, can they take a week off or 2 weeks off? Can they accompany the student and take a look? I mean, there's so many decisions that flow into this, but they do not have to be, no.
Just a social point to add. If you do go with your kid, you'll be struck by literally the most civilized and safe place that I've ever seen. And I've lived in a lot of places, so it was just beautiful. My colleague asked in the SAT requirement, are you looking for a particular mathematics score?
No. So that's a very good question. So SAT, they look at the combined score. They do not accept super scores. And the 1200 is the absolute minimum. So they even look at it. It has to be quite a bit higher. Okay. So last year, the average was 1410. So just to make that clear, because it's quite selective. So 1200 is the absolute minimum. They won't discard your application. So it does have to be quite a bit higher. But they don't distinguish between math and English, no.
So there's a bit of a discussion around the next one that I'd love to have with this parent, but let me ask it because I want to hear your reaction. High schools in Turkey are selling double diplomas with Canada or the United States.
What does it mean, selling diplomas?
They charge additional monies to market additional diplomas from online options, high schools.
Interesting.
Yeah, interesting. Exactly.
Okay.
So this parent was asking if that's something that you would accept and how do the APs fit in if it's a US high school diploma, an online version.
I don't think it will be looked at any better than a Turkish diploma.
Yeah.
I mean, I would definitely not do
Yep.
that. I mean,
Would not do that.
no, I would not
I
do
would
that.
not do that.
I would not do that. No,
No, no.
no, definitely not.
Yeah. She says in the admissions, let me try to translate this physics, and they look at physics and mathematics grades. Yeah, let me respond in Turkish as I understand bir sen hanıma yani bunu biz de tavsiye etmiyoruz. Üniversitede tavsiye etmiyor. Bu liselerinizin bazen gelir kazanmak için yaptıkları bir şey dikkat etmek gerekiyor. Çünkü MEB diploması yeterli zaten bütün anlattıklarına bakarsanız mesela bu hadisede. Yani benim kanaatim bu. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, and I mean, that's kind of where an SAT test, I mean, I'm not a big fan of standardized tests myself, but this is kind of where they come in because we might have a student that gets like a really high grade in like an online, a sold online diploma, like in math and physics, and gets a really high rating then, but then the SAT test is quite low.
Yeah.
But, and then maybe in the national diploma, they get quite a low grade in math and physics as well. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, in the end, the student needs to be good in math and physics. Otherwise, they will not be happy in mechanical engineering.
Be it
I
any
mean,
curriculum that they studied at their own high school.
yeah. So, I mean, in general, Turkish students do tend to do well. Not every single one, but in general, the national curriculum tends to be a strong curriculum. So,
Yani MEB yeterli her açıdan eğer İngilizceniz, matematiğiniz ve fiziğiniz yeterliyse söyledikleri şey diğer başka bir şey gerek kalmayacak. Uh, there's a question around what, let's say the student decided to switch over to the German mechanical engineering program if their German is finally up to speed. Is that possible from the English?
yes, absolutely. Except they cannot stay in the Benz school.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, it's not like they'll kick them out, but I mean, yeah, but sort of.
But that makes sense. And then is there a particular like language test they would have to take, or do you know?
They have to be at least a B2 level.
B2
But
level.
again, I mean, it wouldn't make sense if somebody doesn't understand German. It's such a tough study program. If they have to, mentally translate things, they won't be able to keep up with, with the information presented in the courses. So somebody who's not already good in German, it doesn't make sense for them to switch to the German program.
Mhm.
I would like to add one more point to that. I mean, like a student who is really interested in doing the German taught program. So it depends on the university to university and also from the course to course. So most of the universities they require either TELC C1, test staff or DSH. And if they have apart from that, if they're learning it from Goethe, so they need Goethe C1 certificate, then only they'll be applying to the German taught program. And the problem is like they cannot directly switch it from the English taught program to the German taught programs because as mentioned, the admissions requirement is completely different. So for the German taught program, they need to complete their 13 year of education with a student colleague. So they cannot enter into that course program with our student colleague, which we are providing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's actually a good point. I was thinking more about like later on in the education.
Mhm.
I was not thinking right now for the very first semester. It's a totally different process.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's very challenging in German, clearly. Thank you. Well, we got some excellent questions. I wonder if there are other ones. One language HL, one language SL. This is I'm reading the question. Requirement was listed. Is it a must? Are English and
No, it's
Turkish?
not. It's not. You need 2 languages though. The 2 languages is a must.
Mhm.
So basically, as long as you have Math HL, you should be fine. You need 3 HLs, but you do need to have Math HL.
Mhm. And then Turkish and English will satisfy the two.
Yes, fine.
Yeah. And if they're SLs, then that's still
It should be
one
fine.
should be fine. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Worst comes to worst, they'll go through the 6 weeks if
Yeah. And even that is not a hard requirement. I mean, the eligibility exam is the requirement.
yeah.
I've seen too many students fail the eligibility requirement if they don't do the pre-semester, but the pre-semester is not required.
Okay.
Okay, so that's another important part too, but I really highly encourage if you're planning on taking the eligibility exam, I highly encourage you do the pre-semester.
Yep.
Okay.
Very clear. Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you. Başka sorular var mı acaba yoksa wrap up edebiliriz? I believe that's the end of the questions, but we got quite a few very
Yep.
good ones.
Sure. And this is the last slide. If somebody require any information, so they can write it to us in this email address. So I'll just keep that on screen so that everybody note down or scan this QR code if they would like to connect to us.
Thank you.
Lokesh, do you mind putting up the slide about the summer program
Sure.
details?
Let me know when to stop.
That one,
This one?
the one that had all the details about
Go
what
ahead.
would be going in. That one. Yes.
No,
This
oh,
one.
perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much. This just sounds like a fantastic program for the right students. I have a student who's already in university, but he is a car mechanic and would love to have this type of opportunity in Germany. Do you offer that as a summer program for an older student as well?
I mean, if he realizes he'll be with 10th graders, you
Okay,
know,
that's a great point.
it just, you know, I mean, it's really more about him than about us saying no to him. But he'll be literally with 10th graders, and the math and the physics in there is for 10th and 11th graders, for them to kind of experience what it would be like to be at university. So I don't think it would be the ideal program for him, to be quite honest.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
was
I
kind of
wouldn't say
thinking,
no, you can't come to him, but you know what I mean? It's kind of hard to say.
absolutely. I think, but just the fact that the students are going to Mercedes and Porsche is amazing. So, anyways,
I mean, when we do the feedback, we get between 95 and 100% of recommendation for this program. We really
yeah.
work hard on it, and if we hear this wasn't good or whatever, we try to replace a lecture or whatever with something that might work better. So we really work
It
hard
looks
on it.
amazing.
I mean, I'll
So
attest to that. A lot of my students have gone, especially those interested in, mechanical
Mhm.
engineering. This is an excellent 10th grade summer option. And for a Turkish school
Thank you.
in 11th,
Perfect. Thank you.
yeah, like I just recommend it to everyone. And now the times
Thank you.
you can also do it in the winter. İki haftamız var çünkü.
We had a lot of fun last winter. That was the first time we did it in the
Yeah.
winter. It was a smaller group, and we had a lot of fun.
Someone's asking the deadlines for the summer school applications, and now your winter is open right now, I
The winter
noticed.
is open right now, and I don't think the winter will sell out or book out.
Yeah.
It didn't last year. Summer is a different story.
Oh, it books out,
By
yeah.
the end of March, beginning of April, because last year we had so many. I mean, we can't open it up to too many people, otherwise the experience will get lost.
Yeah.
But we had to turn away a lot of people. So I would say by April at the latest, and especially if you need a visa, it's also better because the request for visas is much higher in summer. So yeah, and I understand it's hard to make decisions about exactly what you want to do early on. I mean, I'm a last minute vacation booker myself, but by April.
I mean, if I may, for our students at Admittance Education, we have 130 students across the 10 counselors. We do summer lists in January. So
Yeah, okay.
I would be applying in
Mhm.
January and
Yeah.
February.
Yeah, that's a good plan to
Yeah.
apply in January.
Oh, don't wait. Don't wait.
Yeah.
So I'll again put it on the last slide if somebody need to contact us or give any information. So feel free to reach out to us.
I'll stop recording if that's okay too. And